Hello and welcome to the Daily Mirror, Friday, 5th of May, 2023. In today's Millwall news, tonight the dinner awards event took place at the Den, and it was announced on Twitter who the player of the season was, voted by you. So this is from Millwall FC Twitter, and it was the Dutchman Zian Flemming, player of the season. So there you go. He won it. Runner up, Tom Bradshaw. And third, Jules Saville. And Young Player of the Year, Romain Esse. And the goal of the season was Zian Flemming against Rotherham United. And Billy Mitchell got EFA Community Champion. And Tom Bradshaw was Junior Lions Player of the season. So there you go. Millwall's end of season awards tonight. Those were the players who got the awards. So now, moving on to this from Southern News, probably explains why there's a fair few Zian Flemming stories put out today, because I think they knew, they obviously knew who won it, and they wanted to put this out. So this is Captain reveals Zian Flemming story after praising Millwall midfielder. Shaun Hutchinson believes that the Dutchman's aura and confidence have helped him to adapt to the Championship. Shaun Hutchinson revealed a story about Zian Flemming's first days at Millwall after praising the midfielder for an incredible first season in English football. The Dutchman joined from Eredivisie side Fortuna Sittard last summer and has hit the ground running, scoring 15 goals and providing 3 assists in his maiden campaign in the Championship. His penalty against Blackpool last weekend helped the Lions move a step closer to a shot of promotion, having played a significant part in Mill's bid to secure a top 6 finish. Hutchinson believes that Flemming has done incredibly well to adapt to a new team and a new league in such a short space of time, revealing that his confidence has been a major attribute since he first arrived at the club. I've never seen a foreign lad come into the league and settle in as well as him, the captain admitted. I think he's got this aura about him, that confidence, and he gives the rest of the team confidence. The first day he walked into the dressing room, we went, oh, we wouldn't sit on that peg, mate. That peg's cursed. Past 3 players who sat there haven't performed, and they've been moved on. And he said, no problem, I'll change that. Straight away he came in with that confidence and that aura. When you play on that pitch and you need the players to step up, you're walking out there knowing that he's there with you and he's going to turn up and produce something. He's come in, he's adapted like I've never seen before, even off the pitch. He's bought into it and the physicality, even his knowledge of League One, the Championship, the Prem. I think he lives, sleeps and eats football. He's adapted really well and has been a fantastic addition to the squad. So there you go. Shaun Hutchinson praising Zian Flemming to the press, probably knowing that Zian Flemming will be getting an award tonight. Now, Gary Rowett has been saying some things. This headline is interesting, shall we say? So let's read the story and try and figure it out. So this is also from southernnews.co.uk. Gary Rowett says Championship finale is like watching Raiders of the Lost Ark, as Mill aim to avoid complacency. The Lions manager is hoping that his side can stay focused on Monday's match against Blackburn Rovers instead of thinking too much about promotion to the league. Well, indeed. Gary Rowett has likened Mill's player to Indiana Jones's attempts to seize the Ark of the Covenant film Raiders of the Lost Ark. The Lions know they will secure a top 6 finish if they beat Blackburn Rovers on the final day of the season, with results elsewhere irrelevant should they pick up all 3 points after their 3-2 win against Blackpool last week. However, the manager has stressed that his side have to stay focused on the task at hand rather than a potential promotion to the Premier League, with most of the Millwall squad yet to play top-flight football in their careers. He added that they will need to remain composed and take each game as it comes, knowing that they could cost themselves a shot of glory if they look too far ahead. It's like watching Raiders of the Lost Ark. You can see the artifact 200 metres ahead, and there's arrows firing, he explained. If you're purely focused on what it is, you won't have your wits about you, and you won't have the obstacles in the way. You won't think about the obstacles in your way. I don't think you can focus on the Premier League. There's one game in front of us, 90 minutes in front of us. Even thinking about the game, we have to think about the steps in training, the preparation, and what's the right level of motivation for the players. Then we've got to see if we can navigate that, and I'm sure that we're going to be plenty of ups and downs between 3 o'clock and 4:45 p.m. After that, we have a plan of action and a rough idea of what we're going to do training-wise. I think the easiest thing in the world is to say, you all want to get to the Premier League, that's great, but you're 4 steps away from that. For me, it's focusing on that step that we can control at the moment, and worrying about the rest. I'll be really honest, and this is just me, I couldn't give 2 shits about me being a manager in the Premier League. I genuinely couldn't. I want to see where this team can step up in those types of games. I think that's the first thing that we can control. Of course, that's the prize, but if you focus too much on the prize, you're going to lose your footing along the way. Okay. Interesting analogy. Was he watching Raiders of the Lost Ark on TV this week? Why did he bring that up? But yeah, it's like you need to focus. You need to focus. Please focus on what you need to focus on. Yeah. I think there is a famous phrase. You have to mention Raiders of the Lost Ark. It's called "Don't count your chickens until they hatch." Okay. What that means is if you farm eggs, you've got some eggs, and you're trying to get some chickens from your eggs. Doesn't always mean that an egg's gonna turn into a chicken. Anything could happen. So don't count your eggs as chickens till they are actually chickens. Okay. Moving on to this. Gary Rowett again. Doing a lot of talking this week, obviously. Big game. A lot of attention on this game. And there's an extra bit of space because it's not on Saturday. It's on Monday, so there's extra 2 days. So we need to fill those. News headlines. So you've got to be in it to win it. Millwall boss Gary Rowett knows all about the highs and lows that the playoffs can bring. And this is from LondonNewsOnline.co.uk. This is South London Press's online website. Gary Rowett has been in the playoffs 3 times before and is ready to impart any of the wisdom gleaned from those experiences to his Millwall squad. Wow. Monday's championship finish is going to be dramatic. No fewer than 5 clubs still in the mathematical hunt for the final 2 playoff places. But crucially, it is the Lions who are 6 in the table and know that a win over Blackburn will assure them of extending their season. Rowett's Derby County side needed a final day win over Barnsley to finish in the top 6 in the 2017-18 campaign, one in which Neil Harris's Millwall narrowly missed out and delivered a 4-1 result. The Rams beat Fulham at Pride Park, but Slavica Jorganovic's swashbuckling side won the reverse leg 2-0 at Craven Cottage. The 49-year-old also led Burton Albion to the League Two playoffs in successive campaigns, losing in the semis to Bradford City in 2013 and then 1-0 to Fleetwood Town in the 2014 final. Okay, so he hasn't won the playoffs yet. He's got to the final, but he hasn't won a playoffs yet. We had to beat Barnsley, who needed a win to avoid relegation, said Rowett, recalling his last big push to reach the Premier League. I remember it was all or nothing on the last day, so it was a very similar situation, but slightly different in terms of the position of the team where we're playing. This is not me saying I've got any formula, but I've seen those situations and I've seen how it works. I've seen how teams handle it, and all you can do is try and pass that on to the players and use that experience to help them. They're great games to be involved in, don't get me wrong. They can be horrendous games to be part of as well. I've been in playoffs where I've won the first leg and lost the second leg. It's a horrible, horrible feeling. But the phrase, you've got to be in it to win it, has never been truer. We've got this far because we deserve to be in this position. The team has got to go and do what it's done for the best part of the season. You have to stay calm and you have to follow what we need to do and take the weight of the game off the players' shoulders and get them in a frame of mind where they can go and enjoy it. You have to have an element of positivity in how you approach the game. It's very easy to be slightly fearful of the game. What we tried to do against Blackpool was to try and shape the players' mentality into one where we've got a brilliant opportunity, rather than it being something to worry about, be half-hearted about. It doesn't guarantee anything that you've been there before, but it certainly helps you to understand what some players are going through. Rowett is in his third full campaign since succeeding Neil Harris at Millwall in October 2019. The Lions have finished 8th, 11th, 9th during that period. So there you go. Can we improve on that? Can we finish 7th? Monday's match is a sellout. The atmosphere will be electric. The stakes and the potential prize is absolutely huge. It would have been lovely to be turning up, not having to do anything, because the top 6 is guaranteed. But realistically, it was never going to be quite that simple this season, said Rowett. We're going into the final game with it in our own hands. You almost have to put other results to one side now. Everyone should at least feel that they've done a really good job to get this far. We've got to go and do what we did against Blackpool, try and enjoy the last day. I know it's a big game and a big opportunity. It will be a cracking atmosphere and the sort of game everyone should want to be involved in. Some players will be nervous and some won't be nervous. 5 points from a possible 21 had dropped Millwall out of the places before the 3-2 victory at Blackpool a week ago. What I saw there was a team that realised you've got to attack the game, get on the front foot. You can't wait for the game to happen. There was a big difference in the attitude and the way they went about it. We've got to do exactly the same thing at home, which should, in theory, be a little bit easier to do against a good side in Blackburn or a stronger opposition. I've been in these situations as a player and as a manager, and when you get out there and feel the atmosphere, you've got to embrace those moments because they don't come along very often. You've got to remember it's taken 45 games and a hell of a lot of hard work to get to this last one. That's not including pre-season and all the planning and organisation that's gone in. This is absolutely about enjoying the fruits of your labour. Indeed. Right. Nervous? What are you nervous for? Why are you nervous? What are you nervous for? You deserve to be in this position. You played well all season to get in this position. You should have been better off than you are now because you had a little wobble at the end of the season. And you've had massive amount of injuries as well. So what are you nervous about? You deserve it. So go and get it. Now, information about Blackburn Rovers game on Monday afternoon is a sold-out then crowd. The Lions have issued the following ticketed advice to supporters attending SC16 to ensure that everyone is aware of which areas will house certain inquiries and to ensure that all fans are inside the stadium for kickoff. So, at the main ticket office, windows 1 to 10 are for Blackburn Rovers ticket collections only. Window 11 is general inquiries, and the actual normal ticket collection window is closed, and the Coldblow Lane ticket office will be season ticket sales. So if you're looking to buy a season ticket, if you want to pay cash on hand, and you're going to do it at Monday's game, you're going to have to go around to the Coldblow Lane ticket office and do it there, not at the main ticket office. So there you go. Now moving on to the game today. There was a game. It was the under-21s. They played their last game of the season, of the league regular season, and they won quite comfortably, it seems. Millwall's under-21s win Professional Development League South. They won the title. They won the Southern title. Goals from Edomu and Maka and Tom Leahy, 2. Ensured Millwall's under-21s won the Professional Development League South Division Friday afternoon as Sheffield Wednesday were defeated 3-0. The attackers shared strikes either side of half-time to confirm a home playoff semi-final tie. Yeah, they won the league, so they will play a northern team at home. I hope that will be at the Den, but I don't know how it works. I don't know if they have to do it at the Den. Maybe they might play at Dartford or something like that, Bromley, I don't know. But it should be in front of a stadium so the fans can attend. After just 2 minutes, the Lions were handed a penalty kick after Imaku skipped his way past two Wednesday defenders before being hauled down inside the box. Unfortunately for the Irishman, though, his penalty cannoned back off the crossbar. With Nugent's side dominant, it was no surprise when they took the lead in spectacular fashion. Chinokoli's flick finding its way through to Imaku and made up for his earlier penalties with a clinical finish into the roof of the net on the half volley. Whatever the Owls threw at the Lions in the first half, Frankie Vid and Captain Ockley met with all the back five, proving dominant in their duel. Nino Maliki in create the next chance as his exceptional clearance found the run of Nana Boateng. Smart play from the winger saw him find Shamal Lawson, whose one-touch through ball met Maku's perfectly timed run. Striker's effort was kept out by Wednesday stopper Luke Jackson. However, the second half began with Ryan Sandford called into action. In the Millwall goal, Luke Cook found himself in a one-on-one situation with the goalkeeper, but Sandford stood tall, keep his sheet clean. The Lions then bossed proceedings until the final whistle and doubled their lead when Leahy latched onto Adam Malik set piece to shoot home past Jackson for a second. The second was swiftly followed by a third as top scorer Abdul Malik spun two opposing midfielders were expertly sliding in Leahy with his powerful finish into the bottom corner, making it double figures for the season for the attacker. Nugent's side began to play with freedom, with some neat two-touch passes resulting in Alfie Allen letting fly from the edge of the area, only for his effort to just wide. Abdul Malik's tidy footwork then brought him a yard of space in the box, with Jackson having to pull off a terrific save to prevent another goal. Millwall's under-21s finished the PDL season in top spot and unbeaten at home all season. Oh wow! Their playoff semi-final opponents are to be determined next week. And the team was as follows: Sandford, Walker, Alan Maliki, Smith, Vid, Ockley, Allen, Lawson, Maku, Leahy, Boateng, and the subs were Stevenson for Vid, which I believe was a concussion protocol, according to the Millwall Academy Twitter. And that was on 61 minutes, and Abdul Malik for Imaku on 67 minutes. The subs not used were Cotton, Wright, and Baker. So there you go. So unbeaten at home all season, absolutely outstanding. I think the couple of games that they did lose was Cardiff away and Reading away, and they played several first-team players, including Reading, who played Andy Carroll, 36-year-old or 35-year-old Andy Carroll in a under-21 game against our under-21. So the games that they did lose were, the fun was on the scale on those. So the manager, Kevin Nugent, expresses pride over Millwall under-21's victory. Millwall under-21s won the Professional Development League Southern section on Friday afternoon. Kevin Nugent spoke after the success. Sheffield Wednesday went into things really strong for the first 20 minutes and caught us off guard, told Millwall.co. That's a good lesson for our lads. As the game went on, however, the lads started to show their class and came out on top. We could have had a load more goals. Millwall now go into the playoffs with their semi-final to be played at home. Opponents will be next week. We're happy with a clean sheet and to win the league, but the next thing now is to go into the playoffs to win. We want to get into the final and we want to finish the season off well. Indeed. Short and sweet. Now, let's have a look at that table. We can scroll down and see. Pardon me. we have a little look here. So there is the table. We've played all our games, 28 games in a season, 61 points. Only lost 3 games. They were all away. Scored 70 goals. Only conceded 32. Absolutely outstanding. They were outstanding all season long, and it's their success running straight through the club because the under-21s won their league. The first team looked like they're in the playoffs. Although you don't count your chickens until they've hatched, so we have the possibility of getting into the playoffs still. The under-18s are doing well as well. They're like third in the league, and they've got one last game. If they win that, they could go up to second. So it's looking peachy all through the club. So obviously Millwall won the league. Now play a semi-final against Northern Section second place team, and we have a 3-way shootout to get that. We've got Wigan, Hull, and Coventry, who have each one game to play, and it's about who can get into that second place. So interesting stuff. If we go, probably find out when those matches are being played. Just got to do a few clicks, and hopefully it won't take too long to load. So Wigan, Hull, and Coventry, as they said, games are going to be played this week. So on Tuesday, Coventry go to Bristol City, who are the team in second in Southern Section, I believe. Wigan go to QPR on the 9th as well on Tuesday, and Hull are away at Charlton. So all 3 teams are away to Southern teams. So by when is it? By about 4 o'clock on Tuesday, we should know who we're playing against. So that should be fun. Although there is supposed to be nasty weather on Saturday and on Monday, so I hope that none of these games are rained off, because we do not want to be delayed. So there you go. Yeah, absolutely amazing stuff. Under 21s, absolutely glorious. The first team have a chance to live up to that as well. Just getting into the playoffs, and then we'll see what we can do. But I don't think there's anything to be worried about in the playoffs. It's going to be Luton or Middlesbrough. I mean, they're not unbeatable. They're not invincible. They're not amazing. They're not something that we can't deal with. So, but first we've got to deal with Blackburn. So, and that's going to be a long couple of days away. We've got a couple of days before that is on Monday, because of this coronation thing that's happening tomorrow. So nothing else could happen in London on Saturday. Oh dear. It's going to be fun, isn't it? It's going to be absolute scream. And on that note, thank you for watching, and goodbye.